Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler Let's Fly. My name is Firestar as always, and today we're going to be flying our Learjet 45 from our home base at Lihue to PHHI Wahiawa. I'm never going to say that again because it is pretty difficult. As you can see, we're going to be cruising at an altitude of 15,000 feet for a distance of 78 nautical miles. There are also two red stars on the map. Both of them are our bases. We have our main one at Lihue, PHLI, as well as another one at PHDH Oahu. We opened that up shortly after the last video. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. As far as our cargo goes, as you can see, we're going to be carrying 168 pounds of books, as well as 477 pounds of televisions. Luckily, like China, this stuff doesn't break easily, so it's fairly easy to transport. You don't have to worry about any bank angles or excessive speeds or anything like that. Not that I speed during the air or try to break the plane with maneuvers anyway, that's just not my style. But, yeah, so we don't have to have that extra restriction. Alright, let's get right into the plane and start flying. Okay, and welcome back, everyone. Okay, so I actually have managed to load in these settings successfully this time. Let's go ahead back to the virtual cockpit because I had to start fraps. So yep, Learjet, we're going to be doing the flight. We're starting from over here. I actually believe those are the planes. Yep, those are the two planes that are going to be headed out right after me. The other two flights that I scheduled for the AI. Alright, let's go ahead and start up. Yes, thank you. Zoom out just a Nope. Yep, okay, zoom out just a tad. And actually we're going to do this because I feel like it, and it is easier. Nope. 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 I already forgot where the APU start is. Okay. Start. Okay, we have the APU on. Excellent. Gonna go ahead and bring up all of our things as we go ahead and start talking to the tower. And for some reason, when I change the settings in actual Air Hauler, like I change what my designator is, my N number is, it doesn't change it in here. I still have Juliet Alpha other letters, which I believe mean I'm not from America. Who's telling us things? Should probably pay attention. Okay. Oh, it's a Wheeler. Okay, that's much easier to say than whatever that W was earlier. Okay. So we're going to need to set our autopilot. We'll go ahead and get rid of that now. Go ahead and set our autopilot to 5,000 feet. You know we're going to be going higher than that eventually. Hopefully. Nope. If I can press the buttons. So because it's at 5,000 feet, we're going to go ahead and set our speed hold indicator rather to 245 knots so we don't pass the 250 knot speed limit. You can do that. Heading is going to be the runway heading, so let's go ahead and start our engines as we request clearance to taxi. Let's turn all of our lights on as well. Not lights, not lights, not lights, not lights, not lights. Here lights. Okay. Panel lights, cabin lights, what the heck? Control period, quick. For some reason I thought our engine was on full. No, it's definitely not. Okay, whew. So we got that sorted. We're now bringing the right engine online, and we can go back to turning on all the lights. Dit, 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 dit. Okay. 7, nope, 8, and 7. We can go ahead and turn off the APU. There's the Mooney. That's our Mooney. That's we have. Okay, so we can take that off period now and begin the pushback. Just pretend there's a truck there. Okay, and flaps. Nope. Yep, there we go. Okay. Flaps in down position. Runway 35. We're going to turn on progressive taxi for just a bit, because it's been actually a very long time since I've turned this on. Okay. Let's see when we backed up. Okay, so we're going to be taxiing to the right, and then it's just as simple as hotel. You're confusing me. Hotel Delta Bravo. Okay. So we can stop the push back. Actually, we are going to hang on for a sec because I need to program some other things before we get off the ground. I don't know if you can see this, but this is map mode now. Going over here, I'm going to find out the IFR settings for Wheeler. They don't actually have, excuse me, an ILS. They do have wind at 168, so we're going to be using runway 24, which means we're going to go around Oahu to the north, Oahu, and come down, landing in a southerly direction. We'll have a bit of a head crosswind, but there's no ILS, so, and there you go, makes it easier on me a little bit.
Taxi to and hold short runway 35. Taxiway Delta Bravo.
Rotate.
Foxtrot Alpha.
That's the Mooney. Right over there. It's also going. He works for me. I forget where I sent him. Her, rather. Actually, all my pilots are female now that I think about it. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll give you a summary, because I still haven't figured out how to get that recording. That's why I had those images up earlier. How to record anything that isn't a game with reliable frame rate, because Cam Studio just gave me awful frame rate. Oh, yes. Oh, I never replied. There's another plane taking off. Okay. Hotel Delta Bravo. Roger. Turn off. Progressive taxi. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with taxi. I'm just going to cut straight to when we're taking off, so I will see you in a bit. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just before the runway here. About to contact the tower. The Mooney did get in front of us. He cut me off, and I had to wait. And also, while I was taxiing, I noticed something. If we pull up the ATC menu, we can see here that the names I've given, both the Piper Cub and the Mooney, so excuse me there for a second, something in my throat, they have gotten their official and true names that I gave them. 003 Foxtrot Alpha, November 003 Firestar Airlines, or Airways, or whatever I named it. But I still have not the name. This is November 001 FA. Foxtrot Alpha, rather, I should say. And I'll just interrupt there. Ooh, I wonder if the airport where I'm going to even has lights. There goes the Mooney. I think next episode I'll fly the Mooney. I'm just going to actually make sure that the place I'm going has lights. Otherwise, this may be a very, very short and useless episode. Does it have lights? I can't tell. Okay. Well, we're going to assume it does. Taxi position hold. You just acknowledge you've already taken off. I just have to make sure I don't run into you. Because I move so much faster than you do, Mr. Piper. And we still have not resolved the issue where we have no co-pilot. And somebody left the door open again. And they left the textures on low res. Ugh. Am I never going to be able? Nope, never going to be able to get center again.
Contact Honolulu Center on 126.5. 126.5. Running for Foxtrot Alpha.
We should be clear to take off in a second. There we go.
068 X-ray cleared for takeoff. Runway 35.
Thank you.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 35.
Okay.
Bombardier Juliet Alpha 068.
Autopilot, check. Wait, let's make sure. Autopilot. Yep, set to 5,000. Speed, set to 245. Heading, set to 350. ILS is not necessary. The airport we're going doesn't have it. Landing gear are down. Flaps are in extended position. Check, 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 check. We're ready to go. Okay, throttle to 50. Stabilize. 80. Stabilize. Throttle to maximum. Alright, let's go. Guess, for God's sake, let's try to keep it on the center line this time. Okay, bring the throttle back just a tad bit. Okay, V1, V2, and we're in the air. Gear up. Pull back on the throttle. Retract the flaps. First stage of flaps retracted. Second stage of flaps retracted. Okay, and because I don't like flying very much without this sort of scenario, autopilot, check, check, autopilot is engaged. Ah! Thought we retracted the gear. We did. Oh, flaps all the way up. Oh, I put the flaps all the way down. That was stupid. No wonder I was having a problem controlling it. We'll climb at 2,000 feet per minute because we don't have any cargo on board that is, fragile. That's what I meant to say. Okay. 100, you got it. He's already getting stuck giving me vectors. That's one thing I don't like about the AI in this game. The ATC, I'd rather. Roger, roger. No, sign approach. I wonder if they're going to tell me to fly really low, and I hope that they understand that the airport is surrounded by mountains. Yeah, let's just take a minute to admire our aircraft, admire the game. Water looks a bit gray. Not sure why. All of the Pacific Ocean is polluted now, guys. All of it. Yep. Gonna make it gray. And there's, I believe, is the Piper. Took off after me. So yeah, right now our fleet contains a Piper 3 Cub, a Mooney, and this. I sold the Orion on skis that I bought, and I think I did a video of me flying that. I'm not sure. I might not have. No, I didn't. Yeah, because that was expensive, it was costing me a lot per month, and... maintain 15,000. It was, its cargo load was just minuscule. It really was. So I sold it and replaced it with a Mooney. And I'm probably going to sell and replace the Cub with either a Piper Cherokee, excuse me for a sec. No, I'm back. Or a, oh man, I think I'm coming down with something. It is freezing cold out here. I'm in Chicago, and I believe it's past beneath the negatives again. Oh man, burr. Our school was canceled today because of that weather, in fact. And replace it with a Cessna 172, a Piper Cherokee, or maybe I'll have another Mooney. And as soon as possible, actually, I'm going to sell this Learjet and replace it with a CRJ. Go ahead and upgrade to the next level of plane, and slowly work our way using 3 planes. Now, right now we only have 2 bases. I bought a second one. We have the main one at Lihue, and then I bought another one on the north side of the island of Oahu. I forget the exact name of this base, but we have the Mooney going there. Actually, he's flying cargo there, so it's making us money on the flight. Woohoo! We have that Mooney going there to be based, as well as one of our pilots. So we'll have the J3 Cub, Piper J3 Cub, and the Learjet 45, and that will make up our fleet, air fleet at Lihue. And we'll have the Mooney with the G1000 in it. I specified that version. I wanted it. we'll have that one based at the airport on the north side of Oahu. Designator PHDH, if you know what that is. I don't. I forget the name of it. We're eventually going to have a base on every major island in the Hawaiian chain. All right. Turn left heading 085. Flying once you're in the air with autopilot is a lot easier. Flying once you're in the air, once autopilot gets you in the air, is a lot easier than flying on the ground. Maybe it's because I have the sensitivity for this joystick turned up so high. Maybe because it's a joystick. I don't know. But flying real aircraft is a lot easier, in my opinion, than flying aircraft with this joystick in this game. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, we can go ahead and turn our speed up to 275, which is descent speed, I believe. Anyway, yeah, we'll keep it around 275 because we will be descending very shortly. We're already being given vectors, and this is going to be a comparatively short flight to some of the other ones I have done. I thought you were at 2,000. Could have sworn you were at 2,000. That's telling me you're at 2,100. Now that's telling me you're at 2,000. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but like I said, let's hope... See, it's gone to 2,100 again. It was just rounding up, flipping back and forth. But yeah, if the airport that we're going to does not have any lights, I might have to... Hey, there's our Mooney friend. I might have to turn around and come back. Because I... well, we do have... well, you never know. Click that 3 times, turn it off. Or 6 times even. I don't know. I might not land there if it's too dark and the airport doesn't have lights. Just because. I should turn my landing lights off now that I think about it. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign.
If we had people on board, which we don't. So yeah, base on every island with... and there's TeamSpeak. I specifically tell them, no, I'm recording, leave me alone, and they message me. Okay. You could probably blame either Seraph or Takadura for that. Taka. Ugh. On the Metro Gaming. For sending these messages. So yeah, we're going to have 2 pilots and our main fleet, our main aircraft at Lihue, and we're going to have a pilot and an aircraft at every other field. And I believe the Mooney is going to become our main aircraft because it has a very nice range, pressurized, which means you can get up high and cruise. G1000, and it's pretty cheap. It can carry a lot of cargo as well. I believe 750 pounds of cargo, which this flight is only carrying, I think, 600 to 800 pounds of cargo. So I could have flown this with the Mooney, but no, I wanted to get there sometime in the next year, so I used the Learjet, and we have the AI flying the slow aircraft. Alright, we've leveled off at 1500, and we're cruising at 274, 75 even knots, and we're flying on heading. Just have to wait for the next bit of air traffic control guff for them to yell at us. Are they talking about me? Nope. That's a different... Oh yeah, we don't have a mall anymore. Huh. Okay. Alright, so, things to talk about, yes. Expect videos whenever. Don't expect videos out of me on a regular schedule. I have other things going on in my life. I don't plan on making money from YouTube. Okay, and then I'll turn off. I'm not even going to go into how I feel about the new YouTube stuff that they're doing. That's been covered by so many other channels and so many other people, like NerdCube and Jingles and Kurt J. Mac, Scott Manley. They've all covered that already. I'm not going to cover it again. You know what it's like. You can go look at them for my opinions, because my opinions mirror them. Anyway, shouldn't have any copyright strikes against this channel. War Thunder World of Tanks have already issued statements saying that they want people to make these videos, and actually I don't know about Flight Simulator, but it's not like they can copyright the sounds to this game very easily anyway. We'd get up just to get down. See, this is going to be a really short flight. We're being told it's 7 minutes to landing. Okay, this is when I would have already plugged in all the ILS stuff and start vectoring myself in and all that goodness, but this airport isn't very technologically advanced and doesn't seem to have that, which create problems for me. Anyway, so yeah, videos, expect them whenever. I have other things going on in my life. I just make these videos because I play the games and I get on the computer and say, you know what? I want to make a video on this tonight. Okay, make a video on it. Yeah, there's no schedule. There's not going to be no consistency with the games either. I mean, I play World of Tanks a lot, and I just got the Top Gun on the Jagdpanther 2, which is absolutely amazing. And I have some old replays of AMX-12T, IS-7, and another tank that I forget, could be the Type 59, that I've played that I want to put up because they were some epic games. And I don't think I'm going to be making any Jagdpanther 2 videos because every game I have in that tank is just epic. It doesn't matter if I win or lose. I'm always doing a constant 2,000, 2,500 damage, which is great. I mean, I'm lucky to do that in the IS-7. Sometimes in the IS-7 I just go around a corner and get derped by a Jagdpanzer V100. But anyway, yeah, so World of Tanks videos coming up soon. I have 4 of them scheduled. KSP, Kerbal Space Program, I play a lot of that, and I don't know which will go up first, this video or the Kerbal Space Program Science Division episode. It all depends on which one is smaller and I can render and upload faster. That'll be the one that I use. That would go up first even. Okay, you can descend at 1,500 feet per minute, or 2,000 feet per minute. It's fine. Whee!
Captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Ding.
Love that sound. Which means actually we need to drop our speed back down to 245 because we're going to be dropping below that 10,000 foot mark any second now. Which we'll go ahead and just drop the speed straight to 200, excuse me, and 35, which I believe, then I stated earlier, is the proper descent speed for the Learjet, according to the Learjet operator owner manual thing. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's not me, I believe. Okay, let's go ahead and, before things get too hectic, oh gosh, that's really the wrong button. Is it shift slash then? Yep, auto spoilers are armed. Which means they're slightly out. Which should help us as far as controlling our speed and controlling our aircraft goes. I believe we're also getting to... No! Not getting any turbulence. Excellent! Ah, there's our Mooney. You see, he has the November 004 Foxtrot Alpha going, and I don't. I have Bombardier, but actually Bombardier Juliet Alpha 068 X-Ray. I don't know why. This should be November 001 Foxtrot Alpha, but it's not. I'm gonna have to go look in the config files of Air Hauler and find out why. Turning right. 115. There's actually a lot of things that don't communicate very well with Air Hauler, between Air Hauler and Flight Simulator. For example, I pick my settings and weather to automatically load when I load up Flight Simulator. I pick that option in Air Hauler, but it doesn't. I have to manually go into Flight Simulator and load it again there. The only thing that does work is spawning an aircraft, the aircraft that the rest of my corporation owns. But that sometimes crashes the game when they land and finish their mission. And I don't like it when games crash. You're just making me zigzag through the sky, air traffic control. As I've already stated, air traffic control in this game really doesn't make much sense. Like, if I was flying between... I flew my Cub between here and Honolulu, rather. I think I put that video up on YouTube. No, I didn't put that video up on YouTube. I was going to, but I didn't. I don't even think I have the video anymore. But they give me vectors almost as soon as I took off. I'm a cub. I don't need vectors until I get within 20 miles of the airport, and then you can start giving me vectors. I understand with the big airliners, like when you fly from, say, anywhere to Los Angeles to Chicago, let's take that for example, they start giving you vectors and instructions when you're still over Iowa. I understand that, because you're much higher, you're going much faster. But if you're a cub, really, you don't need to know these things immediately. There's my complaint about the game mechanic. I personally think it'd be very easy just to have vary it by aircraft type. I don't know if there's a mod for that. I'm not going to really look into it because the more I mod Flight Simulator, the more it seems to crash. And for these sort of videos, especially the one where I lost 2.5 hours of flight time to midway because the game crashed as I started descending, I'm gonna be very mad. Yeah, I don't need any more game crashes. Okay, we're getting a bit of turbulence here. Some aircraft to our right. About our 1 o'clock. Let's see where we are on the map. Okay. I forgot what I was talking about. My train of thought's derailed. I haven't gotten much sleep these past few days. They're talking to me yet? No. Okay. Bit of frame rate drop there. I'll need to optimize the settings a bit more. When we were taxiing, excellent frame rate is what we were getting. Oh, I wonder, I bet it's because I'm within range of Honolulu and it has to load all of the aircraft at Honolulu. That's where having your game set to high traffic can really start to draw on things. Okay, get me off. Somebody else now. We don't want to talk to you anymore. Should be the last we hear from our friends, our other aircraft. Now we are on our own northern frequency while they are going to the south of the island. Where's the altimeter? You gonna start giving me turning in instructions? Nope. Okay. We're skating off the north end of the island here, guys. You're gonna have to tell us to at least run parallel to it. I've noticed there are now a lot more flights now to places like Christmas Island and Midway Atoll that are appearing in my air hauler things, so I might try to do one of those again. And save mid-flight this time. Yes. Just in case something crashes in Flight Simulator, I won't have to rage so hard because I can just load everything up mid-flight, although that'll mean the autopilot goes wonky and all this sort of stuff. But hey, it'd be worth it. You get a lot of money from those flights, and I need money right now. I'm down to 41,000 with all the recent expenditures.
Right heading 120.
Right heading 120.
Right heading 120. Bombardier 6, keep X-ray.
There we go. So they are having me run parallel to the island for a little bit.
November 004, Foxtrot Alpha, with you, 3000. Mooney, November 004, Foxtrot Alpha, Honolulu approach, roger, altimeter 299.7. Bombardier 68.
Ah, there we go.
Contact Kaneohe approach.
Kaneohe. Kaneohe! I think that's the name of the airport on the north side.
Piper, November 6852, Echo, with you, 7000. Piper, November
Ah.
6852.
I would stop talking to you.
Approach, roger, altimeter 299.7, 125.0. Bombardier 6, keep X-ray. Kaneohe approach, Bombardier Juliet Alpha 06, keep X-ray, with you. Bombardier
Doo-doo-doo-doo. It's just a waiting game now.
Approach, roger, altimeter
Waiting for them to finish vectoring us in.
Bombardier 68
as they're starting to do.
Turn right heading 150. Turn right heading 150. Bombardier 16 X-ray.
I hope the airport has lights. Just gonna look out the rest of the thing. No, it is bright enough for me to attempt a landing.
Descend and maintain 3,400. Bombardier 16 X-ray.
Okay. I hope they've remembered there's mountains between me and the airport. Nothing I can do about it.
Roger. Altimeter 2, 907.
Obviously, I am the pilot. I don't have to follow these instructions, but I do know what they're talking about. So, unless it's in my life is in imminent danger, then I have to follow air traffic control's instructions. But it isn't turning south. Okay.
World Travel 1402. Adios approach. Roger. Altimeter 2, 900.
A lot of turbulence now.
Right heading 180. Bombardier 16 X-ray.
Boom, perfect. Run on 180. So we're turning due south, which means we should have passed the airport, and we're going to do a come back maneuver to it.
Right heading 210.
210.
Right heading 210. Bombardier 16 X-ray.
Oh, landing is the most fun time of flying an airplane. Yes. There is low cloud cover, though. That's a bit of an issue. That could be annoying. And it is getting a little turbulent now that we're flying sort of against the wind. I think I've been to that airport before. That one there. I have! Yeah, when it was pouring rain. Yeah, I've been there. I mean, you get right over the water on that airport. The runway buffets on both sides. They're right up against the ocean. You have no room to overshoot and say, "Oh, okay, I overshot. Guess I'll have to come back now." I have no chance to do that. You either make your first attempt, or you don't. And that's the end of your flying career. Okay, so there's our airport coming up. It's Blue Marsh, which means it does have lights. It should be just over this mountain range. And alright, I'm gonna say green for landing on our end, on the pilot's end. We're gonna go for this. Hopefully this turbulence will abate as we get closer. I'm going to slow the speed down now to 170 in preparation for, or 185 in preparation for landing. Usually air traffic control will have you slow down to 170, but
Airport is at your 1 o'clock, 12 miles. Turn right heading 240. Port runway in sight.
okay.
Turn right heading 240.
Turn right heading 240.
Bombardier 16 X-ray.
Now let's see if we can see the runway. Oh, we're gonna get right close to the mountain. Oh my gosh, now is not the time. I need to land. Ah! I see the redway. Yes.
November 5753 Honolulu departure. Clock 4643. Honolulu approach. Bombardier Juliet Alpha 068.
First level of flaps.
Bombardier Juliet Alpha 068 X-ray. Honolulu approach. Roger. Altimeter 29907. Bombardier 6.
I'll tell them I have the runway in sight.
Bombardier 68 X-ray. You are 8 miles east. Descend and maintain 2,800. Cleared visual. Runway 24. Approach. Contact Wheeler Tower on 126.3. Descend and maintain.
Okay, autopilot is coming off.
Approach. Tower on 126.3. Bombardier 68 X-ray. Wheeler Tower. Bombardier Juliet Alpha 068 X-ray.
I'm going to go ahead and nose
Inbound
over.
visual. Runway 24.
Drop the next level of flaps.
Bombardier Juliet Alpha 068 X-ray. Wheeler Tower. Flight straight in. Runway 24. Altimeter 2997. Bombardier 68 X-ray.
Oh, there we go. Cleared to land.
Runway 24. Cleared to land. Runway 24. Bombardier.
Okay,
68
full
X-ray.
flaps, gear down. Okay, cloud cover is gone. This looks like it used to be an old Air Force base. You can tell because the runways are in a triangle. Okay. Still lining up. Still lining up. How do I look to the tower? Okay. Still lining up. Here we go. We should be able to make this landing
Sink rate.
fine. Oh, thank you, I know.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
You can be quiet now.
Sink rate.
I'm doing what I want.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Pulling back
Sink
the
rate.
engines to near idle.
Sink rate.
There's the 500.
Sink rate.
Pulling back the engines to
Sink
idle.
rate.
Preparing the
Sink rate.
F2 reverse thrust.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Come on, down, down. Reverse thrust. Okay, excellent.
Bombardier 68 X-ray. Turn next taxiway.
Are there any taxiways? Oh, okay, thank you. We can now retract the flaps. We didn't turn our landing lights on. Ah. Okay. This looks like a taxiway. Just gonna pull off here and stop.
Bombardier 68 X-ray. Contact ground on 121.85.
That was an excellent landing.
Going to
I was very proud of that. I am very proud of that, I should say.
168 X-ray.
Turn the landing lights on now. Contact the ground and request taxi to parking.
Wheeler ground. Bombardier Juliet Alpha 068 X-ray. Taxi to parking.
Bombardier Juliet Alpha 0.
Using taxiway nothing. Okay.
Using taxiway.
Taxi to fuel. Bombardier 6.
Okay, we're gonna turn on Progressive Taxi, because I have no idea what it wants me to do. It just wants me to go straight over to fuel. Okay. Now if we look at how much of that runway we actually used, we got very close to running out of runway. So this is a very small airport that probably isn't meant for planes this size, so I'm not going to come here anymore. I'm going to limit myself to airports I know can take this thing. So that means I want 5,400 plus runways? Yeah, 5,400 foot plus runways. That's what I want out of this. So we're going to go ahead, pull up to here, and shut down our engines. And that'll do it. Engage the parking brake. Start the APU. Turn off the cabin lights, turn off all of the lights, except for the panel lights. F8, F7, F6, okay. And we're going to want to turn the ignition off. Oh, no, we need to shut the fuel off. So that's 4. I can't remember. Oh, we can retract our spoilers. What's that? Cut off. Nope. I remember this. Somehow I remember this. Do we need our battery on? Let's go ahead and even turn the APU off. Stop the APU. Give me a sec, sorry. Nope. Nope. Okay, control slash then. Options, service upgrade, important skills, nope. Nope. I just want to know shortcuts. Shortcuts. What are my shortcuts? Sitemap? Index? Engine? E for engine? Engines? Controlling? To adjust prompt feathering to control the throttle. Nope. Nope. Oh dear. Okay, so we'll call it there. I've completed this mission. I just need to figure out how to shut off the dang engines. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.